Oh, yeah. I see a couple people are in. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, hey guys, how's it going? What's up? What's happening? Well, hello, Jayla. Hello, Emily. How's it going, guys? Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Just let me get water.
A connection you can count on. Just a moment.
Stop.
That's extendable. Cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try it free for a year. It's very
Yo. What's up, guys? Just say hi to my cat. His name's Slate. He's kind of crier. Oh, this is the one I was watching earlier. It's not really what I wanted. Oh yeah, never mind. It is. There we go. Got the ambiance going. Alright. Oh, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I want to start off. I think I saw one person, because I originally had the stream scheduled, because I think I'm gonna start doing that so more people can know to join if I schedule it an hour in advance or something like that. So I had the stream scheduled for 8, but right when I was about to go live, I accidentally abandoned that stream, and I think one person was waiting. It's not that big of a deal. I think that person was waiting on and off, because I saw it went from one person waiting to 0, so back and forth. So if that was you, one of you waiting, I apologize. So it's yeah, technically a different stream, but I did go live earlier, but no one joined, so hopefully the results will be better now. Yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. We got Saturday Night Live. In case you are unfamiliar with the theme park playing behind me, this is Europa Park in Germany. It is essentially, think, the German Epcot. Actually, let's switch this so you can see my cat on the cat tree as well. Yes, in Germany, Europa Park. In a way, it's a better Epcot. Think that you got European countries all throughout the park. That's their big marquee thing. Each of the different themed areas is a different European country. That's kind of how the park is. And it's a beautiful park, immaculately themed. Looks like one of the best parks out there. Looks like one of the most beautiful parks. They've got a stunning coaster lineup, some really cool dark rides. The theming, once again, this place is a better Epcot. Think a lot of the world-class theming you get at the Disney parks, but just its own style. Looks amazing. So I really recently I've been very much into European theme parks. I think they look immaculately themed. But whatchamacallit, in Florida, we also have really good theming down here as well, because we got Universal and Disney and stuff. So we're pretty spoiled in the theming department. That's not me saying I wish the theming were better down here. The theming is immaculate down here, but I'm just appreciating what different takes have to offer, you know what I mean? The cat should be the next podcast guest. Yeah, that may not be a bad idea. The only thing is, every time I do the podcast, and we have like, because we have like kind of a set studio right now in one of the rooms in our house, and the door, first of all, even if the door is closed, which it's open right now because I can see it within my line of sight right now, but typically the door is closed, but our cats have evolved. Like, our cats literally know how to open doors. It's the craziest thing. So he would always open the door and then mess up the podcast, like tablecloth, and like yank it all down and put all the props and stuff on the floor. So he's a bad boy. He's kind of, but he's great though. I love him. So maybe if he can learn to behave himself. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna turn on the fan. I saw a bunch of comments, so I'll get to them in a second. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard me. Let me try to get comfortable. Because I know my knees are going to hurt if I'm like this all night. That's how I was last time. You like the idea? Yeah, it's a good idea. That'd be pretty fun. If only he knew how to... Maybe one of the other cats, because we have 3 cats. But he's a bit much. One of the other cats is there, but that cat's scared of everything. After freaking 2 years of having him, he still acts like I'm a stranger. Even if I just approach him gently, he's might as well be a wild cat in terms of personality. Oh, hello, Alani. How's it going? We got 5 people in the stream. It's pretty sweet. If you haven't already commented, just say your name, your favorite roller coaster, your favorite theme park, whatever you want to tell me about you. And by the way, guys, feel free to ask questions as you may please. I'm more than happy to answer any theme park questions, any questions about anything, you know? Doesn't even need to be theme parks. If you have a question, it deserves answering, okay? Oh, hey, Alex, how's it going? Where's Riri? She's in her room. I can tell her to join the stream. I could send it to her. But she... if she comes out here... It's probably for the best that she's in her room, but... Oh, yeah, that's my sister. Her nickname's Riri, but her real name's Ariana. My cat may be the next Einstein. Yeah, you're not wrong. He's really, really smart, but he also really doesn't give a shit. So maybe that kind of plays into his smartness. Like, he's so smart that he realizes that we're all bark, no bite. Because we'll be, like, yelling at him, like, get off the table, threatening. And he'll run away. But then right once we leave the room, he'll just get back up. So he knows maybe that plays to his smartness, but it also makes him look really dumb at the same time. Is that weird? Do you guys know Caden? Oh, wait, of course you guys know Caden. Caden from school. It's kind of like how he's really smart, but also really dumb at the same time. That's kind of how this cat is. Yeah, but he's kind of like, he's a socially weird animal. Oh, okay, we got Europa Park comment, or a European Park comment, I'm sorry. That confused me, because I know we're watching a video about Europa Park specifically. But, it's not a question. A European park that went bankrupt, but that was popular because it had a whole Winx Club section. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know what Winx Club is. I don't know. Oh, Lonnie said Winx. Is that something I'm supposed to know? Is that like a show or something? I'm relatively uncultured for anything that's not coasters. But I'm partially joking. But I don't know what Winx is. So I've never heard this, but that's very interesting. If you could tell me more about it. The pay, is that what you mean? Or but they recently opened a Wink section. Okay, so the section is gone. They opened it, but they just got rid of it. Huh. That's rare. Usually stuff doesn't get opened just to get gotten rid of. It happens, but that's very, very rare. The rumor is that's gonna happen for DreamWorks Land, because it's very, very new. It was like yesterday when I went there for the first time. People don't like it. I think like it is what it is. Like it's not Super Nintendo World, bro. It's just a kids area. So treat it how it is. Is it a little unimpressive? Maybe, but I think it's a solid attempt. But yeah, that would be like the shortest lived Universal thing. Like 2 years. I know, Jayla, you probably you're probably intrigued by that because big Universal fan. Winx Club is a cartoon and the park is called Magic Land. Wow, I have never heard of that park in my life. That's insane. Dude, Magic Land? I've never heard of that. Is it a smaller park? Because I'd like to say I know all of the bigger parks in Europe to an extent. Dude, that's crazy. I don't know Winx, and I don't know Magic Park. It's fairies. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never heard of that in my life. That's funny. Oh, you're intrigued by the new kids park? Oh, you mean the one in Texas? I was talking about, well, we could talk about that too, but I was talking about the DreamWorks area at Universal Studios Florida. That's been open for like a couple years. That's rumored to leave eventually. Or not even like big rumors, because there's a difference between rumor and one dude on YouTube making speculation. You know what I mean? Or more just like opinion based. Like I wanted to leave. But you know, one thing leads to the next, and everything is rumors to an extent. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is a very beautiful park. I think this is the Switzerland area. Yeah, that's definitely Switzerland. Just look at the attention to detail. I apologize, guys. I think my screen's a little cloudy. I would prefer to whatchamacallit have a more high quality pickup on the, or what am I saying? High quality like picture on the TV, but you know it is what it is. I apologize. But yeah, the kids park. That looks cool. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I see some more comments. Magic Land is a smaller. It's kind of loud. Magic Land is a smaller park. It hasn't been popular since the Wick section closed. Oh, so do you mean it got more popular since it closed? Like just because did people not like it? Wait, I'm gonna scroll back up to your comment about it being bankrupt. Oh, so it went bankrupt, so it's no longer, okay. This Winx section, was it like a big, like, immersive thing? Tell me, like, or was it underwhelming, sort of? Was it just like a kids area, or was it like very well themed? Because I mean, there's probably a lot of potential for an area where you're like, the size of a ferry and everything's like big. Magic, yeah, okay, I already read that, I'm sorry. It's, oh, I think you're talking about DreamWorks Land. Silky Buns, but it's not for thrill seekers, it's for kids. The whole section of the park felt boring to me. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But, yeah, oh, that's Greece themed area. Yeah, that's definitely Greece, because they have the Poseidon water coaster, And then they have that very like white and blue like Greek style. Very very beautiful theme park. Um, that's fair though. I think as far as theming goes, it does look solid. I look-key gotta. I know low-key at the end of every live stream, my voice always feels so crappy, and I always say, okay, in the next live stream, I'm gonna talk a little less. I'm gonna talk a little less in the next one, but it just never ends up happening. And the upsetting part is I already have a little bit of a sore throat, not due to like sickness, but just because I was playing like theme park trivia with my family last night, and my mom was rage baiting me. So I was like yelling at the top of my lungs. To me, the section was underwhelming. Because the only thing they had themed was a school, which was done very nicely and had. Wait, I'm confused. Wait, hold up. Are you talking about DreamWorks or the Winxland? That was my fault because I brought up DreamWorks because I was just comparing it for one reason or another. I forgot, but you're talking about Wixland, right? Yeah, I think you are. My fault. I thought you were talking about DreamWorks for whatever reason because I started talking about that. My dumbass. Was a school. Oh, so I assume that's like a school from the show. Had performances. Oh, okay, sure. Send it to me. That sounds great. Yeah, thanks. Okay, you are talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds interesting. That's cool. You know me, I would love to expand my knowledge of theme parks, you know? The more niche, the better. That means I can impress any of these jits when I'm out in the field one day. But yeah, I'm always looking to learn new things about theme parks. But yeah, I got a couple things I want to talk about in this stream. Once again, I like to keep my streams pretty free form, not super strict in terms of like, okay, here's criteria we have to go over. It's going to be formatted, segmented, news segment, this, that. That's how my podcast is. And that's why it's like during the stream, if I get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't. If anything, I'd prefer, because whenever I'm on a live stream, it's more of a connection-based thing. So I love that you brought that up, because if anything on the streams, I prefer to have one of you guys bring up something within the theme park world, and then we just kind of engage back and forth. I prefer that style more for the streams. But once again, if there does come a point where I kind of lose things to talk about, I do have stuff mentally prepared, worst case scenario, to speak about. But I like to keep that more for the podcast so that you guys can be surprised about what I have to talk about in the news segment and this and that when I get to the podcast. So it's not like, oh, he just posted his episode, but he already talked about all this on his live stream. You know what I'm saying? Give you guys a surprise in a more professional, relaxed setting. Yeah, more professional, kind of structured content. Versus here, it's about the connection. You know, I'm chilling, I'm comfortable. Well, sort of comfortable. I've been really uncomfortable reason due to one thing that. Why not? I'll get into it. It's a little. So recently, I've been in some pain. I don't know if you guys have, because a lot of you guys probably go to my school. Yeah, that's probably everyone in the stream goes to school. I don't know if you guys want to hear about this, but like, it's not like gross or anything. It's like, I don't know if you noticed, sometimes at school I've been kind of walking like a hunchback, like an old man with my backpack, and it's kind of bad because I've been riding a lot of roller coasters of course. I was on Revenge of the Mummy earlier today. I didn't get to do that outdoor rides because the weather was just there the entire time. So, dude, I want to tell you guys something that happened earlier. That's funny now that I think about it because of the weather delay. But back to what I was saying. So I rode the Mummy and it kind of reinvigorated my pain because you guys know how intense the ejector airtime is on the Mummy and how abrupt some of those transitions are. So I have like a cyst, I think is what it's called, on my lower back. But like lower back, if you know what I mean. That's all I'll say. So sitting is kind of a challenge. It's like a big bump basically. And I don't know if you guys wanted to hear that, but I just, might as well just let it out while I'm here. But yeah. So I guess I can't leave my usual absurd gaps of room between my lap bar that I usually do because I don't want to fly up 5 feet and then knock into my back. So I made sure to press it tighter than normal on Revenge of the Mummy. I also had a water bottle in my pocket, so it was a little, wanted to make sure that was secure. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yes, appreciate that. It's not like, I'm not gonna like guilt trip or whatever. It's not the worst thing in the world. In fact, I've been having pain in that area for a couple weeks, but I just noticed the actual cyst like 2 weeks ago. So like maybe like a couple months I've noticed pain, but I never really thought much of it. If anything, I thought this isn't bad enough, and I know like if there's a risk where I'm not going to be able to ride roller coasters for X amount of time, like I'm not taking that risk of telling any adult. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that was the big, like, I'm sure you guys get it. But I just noticed the actual bump as of like maybe 2 weeks ago. So my mom knows about it. As soon as I saw it, I just told her. When it was just pain and I didn't know there was a bump there, it was more like, oh, I don't have to tell. When I saw a bump, I was like, you never know, and it's always good to tell in those situations. So I told her I'm on some antibiotics or whatever thing I'm on. Yeah, so that's the state of things. I did almost bang it super hard on the drop after the fake exit on Mummy because I was in the back row, so you better believe we just yanked right over that thing and got ejector. So crazy. But funny thing that happened earlier, the weather delay was basically haunting us the entire time. Weather delay constantly on everything. You want to know something crazy? Technically, there were 2 weather delays, but so close to each other that it wasn't even funny. When I tell you what happened, you're not going to believe it. So I'm running to Velocicoaster thinking the weather's about to clear up. I'm seeing empty trains going over the top hat. Keep in mind, I'm in port of entry, so I'm watching it across the lake. I'm seeing empty train after empty train testing, and I'm like, this thing's been down for weather for a while. I know that there's no more than 20 minutes worth of people in the queue because a lot of people have left in that, 45 minutes that it was down. So I was like, yeah, like, and I was right because I went in the queue, and if it were hypothetically open when I got there, it would have been a 20-minute wait just based off the amount of people that were in the queue. So I kind of guessed right, and I was like, if it's about to open, if they're cycling empty trains, I just get there, wait 20 minutes, So I'm taking the Seuss route, Lost Continent, Velocicoaster Bridge. And then after one test train, I get in the queue line. A train full of people goes down the top hat. And I'm like, yes, let's go. And then weather delay. Then empty trains again. So literally, and I don't even know if the ride even reopened. I stuck around for a little bit, never reopened. I did Forbidden Journey and we left. And then I think they were all still closed like an hour after we got home. I don't know what's the state of things. They're all closed because Universal closed super early tonight. That's one thing Disney got better than Universal is their hours. Universal is a bit crappy with their hours. But Islands closed at 7. Studios closed at 6. Oh, Grad Venture, maybe. Grad Venture. But whatchamacallit? Or no, Grad Venture wouldn't be on a Saturday. Or wait, would it? I forget. No, because we had school on that. Yeah, I don't even know. But literally one train of lucky people got to ride Velocicoaster, like within the radius of like 3 hours or 4 hours, like 2-hour delay in the front, one train, and then 2 hours after that. So literally those lucky, it wasn't even a full train. 24 passengers in a train, those lucky 16 ass people. Oh my gosh. To be them. And they got rain ride, which is dope. So yeah, like one train. I've never seen that before, where it's like, oh, we're just gonna send one train and it's down. Imagine being the people in the air gates after that train. I would cry. Get better soon. Thank you, Emily. Oh, Sam, you did end up coming. You nerd. Grad Venture was Friday last year? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. I'm sorry, I kind of dozed off for a second. Drinking a lot more water than normal because I'm already starting to feel the freaking live stream pain. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm such a baby when it comes to my throat. By far, the worst symptom of all time is a sore throat. It is the worst. It may be top 3 worst things like ever. No, I'm not gonna say that. You guys know the world we live in. Definitely not gonna say that. But yeah, sore throat on his. Oh my gosh, stuffy nose, fine. Headache, that's pretty trash too. But headache, I guess. Stomach ache, just have some Pepto-Bismol. It'll go away. Body pain, like physical pain, like what I'm experiencing, it's not even that bad, to be honest, unless you're out and about. If this may sound silly, but in my opinion, in a way, if you're sleeping and you have like a physical pain, like your arm hurts and something, it's almost soothing in a way, you know, like after a long day of like lugging around like that physical like part of your body that just like is physically like injured or something, and you just sit down or you just lay down, it almost makes it feel like 10 times better. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like it almost enhances in a way. So I don't even mind it that much. But sore throats, I swear they ruin everything. I can't freaking, oh my gosh, I can't do anything with a sore throat. Even laying down hurts, even not talking hurts. Just that bacteria and everything, like you just want to rip it right out. It's really bad if it's an illness sore throat, but if it's like kind of losing your voice, like I yelled a lot, sore throat, that's manageable. But yeah, dude, not even talking about coasters anymore. God, I talk way too much. You guys know what I mean. Sore throats suck. Yes, they do. Oh, hey, Matthias. How's it going? I love hearing you complain about that for the 4th time. Oh, my gosh. You know me. Matthias knows my shit with sore throats. Sore throats are my kryptonite. They are, gosh, awful. But, yeah. which is ironic because I was complaining about how whenever I do live streams, I talk way too much, and that causes me to get a sore throat. Now I was talking a lot about how I don't want a sore throat from talking a lot. That's great. So we don't really got anything going on right now. Oh, hey, Caden. Welcome to Lard World. I was just talking about you a little bit ago. I was talking about how you're kind of like my cat. Oh, that's funny, because you really like this cat. The cat that's on top of the cat tree over there. I was talking about earlier in the podcast how you're kind of like my cat because you're really dumb, but also really smart at the same exact time in a way. So I was comparing you to my cat because that's basically how he is. Honestly, you can just take him home at this point. You're just obsessed with him. Hey, that's funny. Oh, Expedition Odyssey. Well, there is something happening to Expedition Odyssey, but I probably not talk about that because I talked about that in episode 2 of the Coaster Credit podcast. By the way, guys, we are slacking. Yeah, I'm slacking. I haven't gotten that out yet. I know I said I was going to do it like once a week. I haven't even finished filming episode 2. It's bad. I got to try to get more consistent, but we've just had a lot to do. So it stinks. What on earth? Do you guys see that? There's a guy in the water. This is Europa Park, by the way, for you guys who just joined the live stream. Why is he in the water? Tell me you guys see that. Dude, these European parks are something else. Oh my gosh. That's freaking hilarious. You were wondering the same... Oh, okay. I thought you were wondering about the water. Oh, you were wondering about what Jayla said. Is that compliment or shade? You know what, Caden? I don't really know. He's a bit of a weird guy. All jokes aside, for those of you who were here earlier in the live stream, basically what I said earlier is that the podcast is meant to be... Like, I have a couple set things I want to talk about today in the live stream if we get to it. But really the set, like, professional setting where I want to tell you guys all the news and all the details is the podcast. Okay, so I honestly, if anything, this is a bit more casual, a bit more, I want to, like, connect with you guys. So I would prefer, if anything, that if you guys had something to say, any questions, comments, concerns, you bring it up now in the chat, and then we can kind of get a conversation going in that regard. That's what, if anything, I would prefer to take advantage of the use of the live chat, if anything, and just do that for the live stream. Because I know some live stream content creators do a bit more of a formal, like, set itinerary for their live streams. That's not really what I'm going for. Once again, I have a couple things in my head if we get to it. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. We'll talk about it in the podcast. But I also don't want to talk about everything there is to talk about here. One, because we'd be here all night and my throat would be super jacked up. And two, because you guys would have nothing to look forward to for the podcast. So I still want to give you guys stuff to look forward to when the podcast episodes do come out. So take advantage. Use this as just a social like space where we could talk about stuff. Take advantage of the chat. Tell me anything you need to tell me. And yeah, once again, I have some stuff we could talk about if we want to. So I guess we'll talk about one thing. I want to talk about the big hot topic right now. Very soon, actually. Tomorrow, even. Tomorrow is May 3rd. I couldn't tell you if on episode 1 of the Coaster Credit podcast I discussed this. Maybe it's for episode 2, which obviously hasn't come out yet. So I don't know if I already told you guys about this. It doesn't matter because you guys probably already knew regardless. But May 3rd, which is tomorrow, is going to be the grand reopening of Big Thunder Mountain at Magic Kingdom. That's pretty awesome. I actually kind of forgot about that for a little bit. There's so much happening at these Disney parks right now. There was so much happening with like refurbishments and overlays. Like Soarin' is becoming Soarin' Over America as a temporary overlay. Millennium Falcon is getting the Mandalorian update. Buzz Lightyear opened from refurbishment not that long ago. Jurassic Park River is in a 9-month refurbishment, and it's probably gonna be, it's nearing. Well, it's probably gonna reopen maybe the end of summer. Yeah, probably. So, and then Big Thunder's opening tomorrow. So it's not even like 2026 is pretty dead in terms of like stuff stuff opening or closing. But once we start nearing 2027, 2028, things are going to start to open. Hollywood Drift, the Disney stuff, hopefully Monstropolis opens. I think Tropical Americas is going to be opening up in phases. Once again, all of this we will further analyze in the podcast, but just kind of just letting it out there. There is a lot going on right now, so it's kind of a lot to mentally juggle. I'm not going to be able to get to everything. I still haven't done Buzz Lightyear. I'll probably do it tomorrow because we were going to go to Disney or Universal tomorrow either way, because today was such a sucky day at the park with the rain. So I'm thinking convince the fam, take us to Magic Kingdom. I know it's going to be hella busy at Big Thunder. I mean, this is even longer than the Jurassic Park River refurbishment. That's 9 months. This was way over a year. It closed in January of 2025, and I thought it was going to be a 12-month. No, we're all the way in May when it's opening. So I think, if I'm being honest, I think part of that is like they planned for it to be 12 months, but knowing how slow Disney is with construction, Universal definitely has the leg up in the speed construction department. Hollywood Drift would have taken Disney double the time, even though for the most part it's going to be a relatively unthemed coaster with a lightly themed queue from what I expect. Yeah, so I'm sure they probably wanted to have it open in January, but nonetheless, it's opening tomorrow. Let's not cry over spilled milk, because from here on forward, we will have Big Thunder Mountain back in the park, which is beautiful. When you kind of compare side to side, because this is a treatment that has been done before for roller coasters and rides for that matter. I keep bringing this up. 2016, The Incredible Hulk at Islands of Adventure got this sort of refurbishment. It's not like a new ride or anything like Dinosaur Rock and Roller Coaster, where it's like, yes, that's a new ride. That's a new themed concept. The Hulk was always Hulk. And it's always been that same track layout. But in 2016, because this ride opened in 1999, they retracked it, as in old track replaced with an identical track piece. So it's always been the same layout, but just retracked, additional infrastructure built to hopefully have Hulk 2.0 last even longer than Hulk 1.0 did. It's smoother. It has the sleek trains, the new onboard audio that you didn't get with 1.0, the new updated story, the updated queue. The old Hulk queue and story and everything was a lot more in line with the rest of Marvel Superhero Island, in the sense that it was that very cheesy comic book style. Hulk, in a way, looks very different than the rest of Marvel Superhero Island because it actually looks modern and futuristic. And you may be thinking, this doesn't look like a 1999 opening ride. That's because technically, thematically, it's a 2016 ride. So that's why it looks so modern in the Hulk area and the queue in comparison to the rest of Marvel Superhero Island. You also had something kind of similar done as Spider-Man, but it was more like they just updated the screen quality. If you look at Spider-Man nowadays and you compare it to the old screen quality, um, it's almost laughable how different it is and how cheesy that kind of looked. It's genuinely. I know some of you out there. I know like Caden and whatnot with your sense of humor. I know if you looked at the old Spider-Man video quality, you would genuinely start laughing. The screens, the simulated portions, because it's essentially almost an entirely simulated dark ride. It was a lot more in line with the comic books back then, but the modern style really. It's the same ride, same story, same audio, same everything. It's just newer screen quality. But this treatment was also done with. I know a lot of you guys aren't probably going to know this, so I'll try to keep this brief. But Nemesis Reborn, or Nemesis turned into Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers, where they retracked it, repainted it, new queue line, new details, but still the same layout. So yeah, that's a treatment that's done a lot, this refurb kind of thing, but it's not like your typical refurb where we're just doing like annual refurb. No, this is not a scheduled thing. This is, or no, it is scheduled, but it's not like, it's scheduled, but it's not like part of your schedule, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, annual refurbs are always in the schedule every single year, but it's like a scheduled rare thing, if that makes sense. I'm sorry if you guys have been commenting. Okay, good. I would hate to have let my tangent get in the way of you guys or me answering your questions. So yeah, sorry. But yeah, nobody commented, so we're fine. But this is something that's done a lot to relatively older rides and or not even just old. Well, yeah, I guess older rides. Buzz Lightyear got this treatment because I told you guys I missed that reopening. It just reopened. Oh yeah, so they did a lot to Buzz Lightyear thematically. And Big Thunder Mountain is the next victim, if you will, of this treatment. But victim is a little ironic because it's a great treatment, and I support it all the way. This is the treatment I would have given to Dinosaur if it didn't close. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to let my bias and my love for Dinosaur get in the way of just genuine, like, intellect. Like, if I were Disney, I would have closed Dinosaur, like, around the same time it closed permanently. But instead, like, just for refurbishment. Like, it needed it that bad. Like, genuinely, when they decided, I think it was February 22nd, 2026. You know, you see that? I memorized the day. It's a day that's ingrained in my head. Yeah, like around that time, I would have literally just closed it for refurb and given it the 9-month treatment, you know? Animatronics, everything redone. Same shell, same ride, just making better and updated. So I think I'm running around in circles now with what I'm saying, but I think you guys get the point of what this treatment entails, this scheduled process. So that's what's happening at River Adventure, updating the animatronics, and that's what Big Thunder Mountain is reopening from tomorrow. Yeah, so it's very interesting. It's very cool, in my opinion, that sort of refurb treatment. I've said treatment a lot within the last couple minutes. But yeah, I think Jurassic Park River Adventure needed this refurb more than Big Thunder Mountain did. But for what I'm seeing, they're doing more for Big Thunder Mountain than they are with the treatment they're doing for Jurassic Park, if that makes sense. Jurassic Park, as much as I love the ride, I think it's a great ride. I think it does a great job of having that quintessential theme park, climactic, story-driven element to it without the use of a pre-show or the overuse of dialogue. Not that dialogue isn't great in these rides. Dinosaur and Monsters Unchained, Revenge of the Mummy all thrive on their dialogue. They're so quotable. I know Mummy by heart. Earlier when we were going up the launch, I was like, "Your souls are mine." And Brendan Fraser asking for his cup of coffee at the end, it's all very quotable. Universal does a great job with that. Spider-Man, very quotable ride. I know that ride by heart. Monsters Unchained, know it by heart. Dinosaur, know it by heart. Narrative-based onboard audio dark rides are perfect. I think people underestimate how much story plays into a good ride. I think what made Dinosaur so great, I think it's best quality more than anything, more than the theming, more than anything. The theming was great. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have mourned that much for a ride with crappy theming, you know what I mean? But I think its strongest element that made Dinosaur so great, and in a way better than the technologically advanced Indiana Jones that it's going to be replaced by, is the narrative. As insane as Indiana Jones looks to be with technological aspects and technological wizardry and theming and just impressiveness, it in a way lacks one of the simplest things that Dinosaur got so right, and that's that charming story and narrative and characters. Not that Indiana Jones isn't a great character, but when you look at the POVs of Indy and Anaheim and Tokyo, as amazing as the ride looks, there's barely any interactions with Indiana Jones. He's barely there with you. The story is not really as well narratively done through a pre-show or anything. But Dinosaur was so rich in that department. Oh, my gosh. But anyways, despite the fact that it may seem like, from what I just said, a ride needs to be super audio focused in a way to be super good, like the characters there with you the entire time. Jurassic Park doesn't do that, and I know I just knocked Indy for not doing that, so it's a little ironic. I may be kind of contradicting myself, but Jurassic Park, I guess what I'm trying to say is, despite the fact that Jurassic Park doesn't have a character that's with you the entire time, guiding you through the story of the ride, it does narrative so well, and it's perfect in the quintessential plot department. I'm sure one of my creative writer buddies is... Oh, shoot. Someone commented. I'm sorry. I didn't want to... I knew this was going to happen. I talk so much and I don't read any comments. Let me just interrupt my tangent for a second to read what there is. Oh, hi, Natalie. How's it going? You went to Disney today? Oh, that's great. I'm so sorry. You sent this at 8:57. What time is it now? Oh, you sent it a minute ago. I'm good. Because I didn't want to have your question waiting. I would have felt so bad. Because the questions kind of disappear for a second once I stop clicking on them. But tell me what park you went to. Tell me what Disney park you went to. How was it? What rides did you did? Let's get a discussion going. But that's very cool though. So just tell me more. But as for what I was saying, where was I? Jurassic Park. Oh yeah, I'm sure one of my creative writing buddies is still in here with me. You guys know about the whole thing, like the plot, the mountain scheme, like climax, rising action, if any ride excelled in that department, it's Jurassic Park River Adventure. You go in, it's serene, you're on the boat, the beautiful scenery, peak scenery at night. It's insane, the foliage and everything. You really feel like you're in this dense-ass jungle, and you're about to be freaking shredded by a velociraptor. I say shredded. I meant like ripped to shreds. But you get the point. There, you go through the animatronics. It's all peaceful. You're in Jurassic Park. It's immersive. It's great. It gets the job done. Are some of the animatronics jacked up? Sure. Is that Brontosaurus scene probably a little anticlimactic? I know back in its heyday, that was some ministry ass scene. When you compare like when Islands was opening to in 1999, it's really interesting. I was kind of diving into the past the other day and looking up old Islands of Adventure footage. When Islands was opening, it was kind of the same level of anticipation and innovation that we're seeing with Epic Universe today. When Islands was opening, that was like the big like thing. So it's really crazy to see how much we've evolved. That's not a dig at Islands of Adventure in any way, shape, or form. That place is amazing, but that just shows you how much we've changed. And I know in its heyday, that was some big ministry, Rise of the Resistance has seen. Jurassic Park gates, Brontosaurus, you're there. You're in the movies. Ride the movies. It's so compelling. But now has like in the big music like da na na na, like I'm sure that was so great. But now like I'm sorry, like, but that Brontosaurus, and like they're fixing their mistakes. So it's worth mentioning because as this theme park's biggest lover, I'm also its biggest hater in a way. When you have a place you love so much and has treated you with such a premium experience throughout the years, you got to hold them to that standard. You know, you got to be that elite critic. So, I'm not going to lie to you. While they are fixing it, it still deserves to be spoken about the fact that it was always sometimes a bit of a letdown having the animatronic, the Brontosaurus. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. His neck was always super jarring. It was like to the side, and he was like, "Rrr," instead of like a big, like, you know what I mean? So the scenery is immersive. The plot is rising action, climax. You go in, it goes wrong. The T-Rex, climax, woo! And then when you're in the back of the boat, you get some good floater. It's a perfect story. It's compelling. And it's just such a memorable experience, so rewritable. That brings me into another thing I'll briefly touch. Like, when you can do the story so well like that and just get people, that's so fascinating to me, that you can get people on the ride, get them through, tell them the story, then get them off. And I've ridden these rides so many times that it doesn't even faze me. But when you think about what the people who are riding that ride for the first time are probably going through mentally, they're probably like, wow, this is so like crazy. Like, I was next to these GP riding Soarin', I think last weekend at Epcot, and I've ridden this thing dozens of times, but I see them next to me and like the expressions on their faces and like almost seeing them throughout the entire experience, when they're getting on, when they're getting off, and when they're seeing like the one lady screamed when the transition where the eagle like swoops towards you, or was the transition where the plane swoops towards you. There's a couple transitions where like something flies towards you, and it's so cool to see how like within this like couple minutes of time they can do so much. They can reel you in, take you through this story, take you out, and impact you that much. And do it almost flawlessly. Well, not flawlessly, because as amazing as Rise of the Resistance is, rides like that are so technologically advanced possess flaws. And it's almost in a way a gamble every time you ride. Like, oh, what's going to work? Is that going to work? Is that effect going to be broken? So I won't say flawlessly, because these parks, as far as breakdowns and stuff, are far from flawless. They're amazing, but their rides go down a lot because they're so advanced and such a crazy standard, and they do things that have never been done before. But yeah, that's kind of cool to me, that you can just reel them in and you can see like what's going through these people's heads. And I said the term GP earlier. I'm sure some of you guys are GPs. I'm just kidding. But If you don't know what the term GP is, then that means you're a GP. It's the coaster enthusiast slang for general public. It's basically the muggles of the coaster world think. So it's kind of funny to see the GP and like how much theme parks can impact them. And rides like Jurassic Park, River Adventure thrive in the department that they just excel in that narrative. It's like rising up and then falling action. It's great. Did it need the love? Absolutely. Those animatronics. I told you guys, like the Brontosaurus, he needed it. But the fact that Universal listens to their fans, they go back, they fix these mistakes. Just so much more to love. And then Big Thunder, they're doing crazy work with that. They're retracking the entire thing. Hopefully, I'm optimistic because I know Disney is going to do a good job with this. I'm super proud of them for going for this. Because they didn't need to do this. Big Thunder Mountain was great as is, but the fact that they decided to do it just shows how committed they are as a company. Yeah, but I'm a little scared because part of the charm of Big Thunder, it's like a wooden coaster. Steel coasters are good when they're super smooth. But wooden coasters, while you don't want it to be super rough and jarring, like a Gravity Group like Mind Blower, which not all Gravity Groups are rough, but a couple of them are. We'll talk about that later. But while you don't want a wooden coaster to be super rough, it kind of adds to the feeling when they have a bit of that bite, right? It adds a bit of rawness to that experience. And Big Thunder Mountain was always fun because it's kind of rickety. It's like a runaway mine train. So, yeah, that was always super cool aspect of Big Thunder Mountain. And also, like, the stand-up pops of ejector air time, especially on that hill before the third lift. I hope they don't get rid of that because, like, you can get so much room between your lap bar. I've literally stood up on Big Thunder Mountain. I'm not kidding. But yeah. So, and they're retracking it, so I hope that doesn't make it too smooth. That may sound weird to say as a coaster enthusiast, because, we love these smooth coasters, but it can't have a rattle. But for Big Thunder Mountain, I kind of enjoy the rickety nature of it. It adds to the theming and that Wild West, out-of-control feel. Because they are out-of-control minecarts. So if you dive deep into this untold story of Big Thunder Mountain, they are cursed minecarts that were struck by lightning and became runaway mine trains. So you want to add to that rickety, out-of-control feeling that separates it from a normal railroad. It's Big Thunder Mountain. It's wild. It's the wildest ride in the wilderness. So, yeah. So, am I a little concerned that it's going to be glass smooth because they're retracking it all and it's going to be brand new 2026 ass track? Maybe, but I'm optimistic and I trust it's going to run like a dream in the sense that it's going to be hauling through the layout, but it's still going to not get rid of that classic rickety energy that we know and love it for. I trust. And they're adding new theming. I saw a picture. I try to stay blind, but it's so hard to stay blind with these stupid people on my FYP always leaking things and spoiling it. But I saw a picture from the inside. There's going to be like new refurbished bats in the first cave for the first lift. There's going to be rainbow caverns in the cave for the first lift, which looks sick. They're adding the dynamite effect to the third lift from Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland. There's a lot of cool stuff happening here. I am so stoked. So, while it is probably going to be busy as hell, I still want to go. I still want to go tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to go eventually. You guys know I'm a pass holder, but I really want to go tomorrow and see what the hype's about because I know I'm going to be over the moon. Big Thunder Mountain is already one of the best Disney rides out there. It's only going to get better. Hallelujah. Terribly sorry though, Natalie. I did talk for a little bit longer. Jeez, it's been 15 minutes of me talking since you commented. Sorry. Wow, you went to 3 parks. That's impressive. If you're still here, tell me how that went. I see there's 2 people. Honestly, I don't blame you guys for leaving because I talk a lot. Who's still here? Just tell me. Like, if you're still here, comment. But tell me how that went. If you're still here, like, 3 parks in one day is ambitious. I'm trying to do a challenge one day. I tried to do it over spring break, but I was blocked out that week. I know a lot of people were. I saw online. Sucks. Yeah, beautiful theme park, Europa Park. But I was, dude, I was blocked out that week. So, but I tried to do a challenge where I did like all 4 parks in one day. Especially with Animal Kingdom like not having anything to do right now, except for Flight of Passage and Everest, because of like the loss of dinosaur and everything. Like, if you do it right and you just want to hit like the top 3 at each park, I've like come up with a strategy in my head for how you can effectively do all parks in one day without Lightning Lane and ride like 15 rides that day. I've come up with it in my head, and it's borderline ingenious. So I'm going to try to do that eventually because, you know, as a pass holder, if something goes wrong, it's not like, oh, all this money down the drain. Like, oh, we didn't get to do this. Like, as a pass holder, you can be experimental and show up whenever you want and do things that you wouldn't normally do because you just have that luxury, you know? It's a blessing. It's a blessing. My cats are licking each other, which is funny. Oh, to be a cat licking another cat. But, yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I want to do more experimental stuff for the channel. I have like a scavenger hunt thing lined up for me and my family. Kind of inspired by something Brian from Zooter Loopers did. He's a great theme park YouTuber. But, yeah, I try, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I want to try to do like a Disney World, like multi, like team girls, like my sister and my mom, and then team boys, me and my dad, and we try to like do as many challenges as possible between like Disney World or Universal. So I want to do like experimental stuff with my channel at the parks, trying out cool stuff. One of my favorite things to do is rope drop Islands of Adventure. It's insane. Literally during that early entry hour, Velocicoaster's a walk-on. So that's crazy. I just really want to do stuff like that. I know I did do like a 20-hour challenge at Universal once for my birthday last year, rope dropping islands, and then staying all the way till the end of the night at Horror Nights. I'm gonna do that again this year, but even better. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff we plan to do. Which I brought this up because you brought up the fact that you did 3 Disney parks in one day, Natalie, which is already impressive enough, but yeah, I want to do the 4 parks in one day challenge. I think I can get it done. I think I'm smart enough as far as theme parks go to figure that out and do it effectively where I can feel proud of myself and accomplished and not only ride like It's a Small World, you know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So I want to do stuff like that and get you guys great content. That's what it's all about. You booked it everywhere. It was crazy. It was great. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm happy for you. That sounds amazing. Do you mean like book like lightning lanes and stuff? Or what do you mean by that? What? Tell me. Okay. You did AK, Epcot, and Magic. Okay. Wow, do you just hate Star Wars, Natalie? Do you hate Tower of Terror? Do you hate Rock and Roller Coaster star in the Muppets? Oh, yeah, we gotta talk about that. Because what is that guitar? Have you seen the pictures, guys? Like, of the repainting of the Aerosmith guitar? It's like, I'm sorry, I love Disney. But when you love Disney, you love to hate Disney. Spoken like a true Disney enthusiast. I almost said Disney. I don't know. Yeah. So, but what is that guitar? That's so. I heard someone say it makes it look, because it's like all colorful, but like almost a little like tacky in a way. Um, yeah, um, like I heard someone say like the new guitar makes it look like I'm about to ride a ride where I'm gonna sing my ABCs. It's a great way to put it. I'm not going to try to attempt to explain it to you guys. They did repaint the building like black and the archway, which I guess looks nice. It's just a little sad not seeing it the way it was before. It's pretty sad. I miss Rockin'. I hope they don't change the load platform that much. From what I've seen, I don't think they're going to change it that much. If anything, just make it better. So, yeah, I think that's great. They did announce like the songs and stuff that are gonna be on the new one. Oh, we gotta talk about that on the podcast. But yeah, while I am sad, I think the Muppets is gonna be a great roller coaster. I think it's gonna be very well themed. I'm just sad about what it replaced. Same thing with Indiana Jones. I think if that would have replaced like something at, or would have gone to Adventureland, a Magic Kingdom, because it's at Adventureland in Anaheim instead of Animal Kingdom. I think they're going to tie it into the story of Animal Kingdom, so it's fine. I just think dinosaurs never deserve to leave Animal Kingdom because they played such a big part in the story of the park. Okay, I think Indiana Jones looks like a great ride, and I think it would have been so well received if they put it at somewhere else where it wasn't replacing anything major. Because the only reason the reception is poor is just because of what it replaced and the legacy that Dinosaur had. It's not because people don't want the ride. People would love the ride. You can have the same ride system between parks. Universal did it with Monsters and Forbidden Journey. They did it with Spider-Man and Transformers. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. And Animal Kingdom has so much expansion room. Bro, I literally went on a backstage tour there once. Literally, like 30 acres behind Cali River Rapids. Bro, you had to get rid of one of your e-tickets. Holy cow. You're not hating, you've been there too much. We should sing happy birthday. I think we should sing happy birthday, y'all. Wait, so I'm just gonna sing? That's awkward, because you guys can't sing through the chat. I'll sing it in a second. Just let me read what Caden said. Zesty on guitar. I know, that's what I'm saying, bro. Do you think that fit? Answer my question for me. Does this fit a 57 mile per hour triple inversion high-speed roller coaster from Vekoma? Hell no. It makes It's a Small World look like a thrill ride thematically. I feel like Muppets though, like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be very well themed. It's gonna be like Muppets everywhere. I know you're gonna be riding the ride and you're gonna see Animal, like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hectic, especially they released the songs. They got some cool stuff going. Okay, it's gonna be zippy. It's gonna fit. Rock and Roller Coaster is cool because it kind of fits the personality of the Muppets. It's all over the place. It's kind of jarring and rough at points, but yeah, but I just think, like, that's so misleading. Muppets, like, it's more for, like, a family, like, show or dark ride. Speaking of Muppet Vision, I know a lot of people are sad about that. They did actually bring the Muppet Vision 3D glasses to Toy Story Mania across the park. So it's a 50-50 chance if you get the original Toy Story Mania glasses or the Muppet Vision glasses. But yeah. Oh, and there was another like speculation I saw that eventually down the line, people think Villains Unfairly Ever After will come back as Muppet Vision in a way. I think they're going to bring it back eventually too, because that was just so beloved. And it's not something that would be hard to bring back. I think it's going to come back eventually. I didn't really ever like it that much. I just thought it was a cute little show. But I know that show had a cult following, and I know Disney's trying to get the Muppets back in the parks, clearly with Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets. And Rock and Roller Coaster is right next to the Villains show, so it kind of makes sense to... I know a lot of people like that Villains show. I still haven't watched it, but... I think eventually they're going to put Muppets on Sunset Boulevard again. But I just think the guitar, like, it also feels super out of place. Like, you go from the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror right next to it, which is so, like, gloom and doom. People are literally dying on this ride within the story. And then you go to this freaking Jolly guitar. Are we serious? Reminds you of what? Neon Cat? Nyan Cat? Quan Cat? I don't know what that is. Can you elaborate? Oh yeah, she wants me to sing happy birthday. Let me get my water, because my throat is kind of killing me. Be right back. If she's still here. That's fun. I hope she didn't leave just because I started yapping. I still want to sing happy birthday. I don't know. Dude, my parents are going to be out till like 11. We can see what we got happening. I don't know how much longer I can do this. I don't know how much longer I can handle. But we'll stay optimistic. Hopefully we can get out a little more time left for the stream. Oh, we'll be right back. Don't go. I'm just getting water. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got one person in the stream. To that one person, you're amazing. Is that Kaden? I have a feeling that's Kaden. But I don't know. Well, I guess I'll sing happy birthday in case she's still here. Because I know this thing, like, is always bugging, like... Oh, now it's 2. Because sometimes it says 1, but it's really 2. Like, the person tally system is never super accurate. Hi. My cats are going ballistic. Dude. Alright. Let's sing happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Natalie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh. Alright. She's, I don't think, I think she left, though, so. It's kind of funny. But yeah. So, Lardass. What's poppin'? That's really all I have right now. I'm sure I could pull something out of my ass if I have to. Dude, my cats are freaking street fighting right now. Do you have any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? Will you? Dude, what time is it? It's probably 9. Yeah, 9-ish. Huh? So, you got nothing. Let me see if I can invite. Dude, chill, man. Wait for the ride attendant to direct you to your ride vehicle. Please keep your head back against the seat while the ride is in motion. Bloop. Please keep your head back again. That's from Rip Ride Rocket. Why the hell is that stuck in my head? I don't even want to say rest in peace. Just rest. You malware. You stupid malware X-Car coaster. I'm sorry. I have a love-hate relationship with Rocket. Is Fast and Furious going to be 10 times better? Abso-freaking-lutely. But did Rip Ride Rocket in life manage to have stupid pops of ejector airtime throughout its layout and like a crazy non-inverting loop, even though it's kind of rattly and had excessive mid-course brake runs and looked really ugly visually, lacking theming and substance? Yes. So take what you may out of that. Rip Ride Rocket was a weird ride. It essentially worked as, it was essentially a giant wild mouse in a way, and it suffered insane issues. Like, this is one of the most problematic roller coasters ever built. So problematic that El Toro Orion had to make a problematic coasters video about it. Funny. I highly recommend watching El Toro Orion's problematic videos series, where he talks about some of the most mechanically demanding coasters out there that have posed very crazy sets of issues. I think I may actually watch the Space Mountain one after this. I kind of got a great idea to do that, so I think I might as well actually just do that after I end the live stream. But great guy, very insightful, very smart. He looks awesome. He looks like an awesome dude. El Toro Orion, also his name's Ryan, so that's funny. El Toro Orion made a problematic video about Rip Ride Rocket, and it really, like, I couldn't in a million years explain what he does and hold a candle to how knowledgeable. It's literally like an hour video essay where he talks about all the mechanical issues of Rocket, and when you look into it and you realize, oh, that triggers that, and that triggers that, and that triggers that, a lot of it is common sense to an extent. So while there are some nerdy statistics in the video, he does a good job of making it where you can understand it, because he's obviously a lot smarter in that regard than a lot of people are. So he does it in a way where you can understand it and be like, oh, that makes sense. And he really does a great job of laying out basically an hour's worth of information explaining why Universal regretted purchasing Rip Ride Rocket from day one and why it was a poor investment from day one. So it's really interesting. It's really fascinating. But yeah, Rip Ride Rocket essentially acted as a giant wild mouse and posed a lot of issues. It had a lot of mid-course brake runs. It was just a problematic roller coaster that Universal regretted, and it cursed them from day one. It was a nightmare. Even more so than King Dakar was a nightmare. And we all know how much of a nightmare that was, so much so that they had to get rid of it. Mechanically, very challenging ride. It made sense for them to want to get rid of it. Once again, it wasn't visually pleasing. It was just ugly. It was forceful, sure. Like, you got ejector airtime popping into, like, 7,000 mid-course brake runs. But the non-inverting loop was a really good element, despite the fact that this ride had a suboptimal appearance. It still managed to get a good thrill out of you. And I think the rattle the more I think about it, the rattle was never as bad as people said. Um, it was noticeable, but I don't think it really harmed the ride experience. You just felt it in the valleys. I never got a headache on this thing. I think people were being, because like Mind Blower, that's rough right there, okay? This Rip Ride Rocket actually may not have been as bad as we gave it credit for. I think we talked a lot of shit. Well, I always liked the ride, despite the fact that I hated to love it and loved to hate it. It still held a place in my heart. It was one of my first thrilling coasters. And you gotta just commend its legacy. One of the most iconic roller coasters ever built, Rip Ride Rocket was. Without a doubt in my mind, Rip Ride Rocket was an icon and deserved the send-off that it got. We rocked off one last time. We rocked off twice for a last time. We rocked off one last time on Rip Ride Rocket, and we rocked off one last time on Rock and Roller Coaster. Gotta love Orlando's trend of getting rid of their rock and roll themed rides. Hilarious. Well, but Rip Ride Rock and Roller Coaster is strict rock and roll, Aerosmith, 70s, 80s. But Rip Ride Rocket was more of all music genres. You know, techno, rap, like EDM. Well, that's techno. Pop, country. There was like another one. Yeah, it was all the genres, even the crappy ones. Yeah, and it was always a really cool aspect to choose your song. Maybe a little gimmicky. But you know, part of that musical aspect was part of the reason that, I'm not going to go into it, but that's part of the reason why that ride was mechanically challenging from the start, was that that the audio, the speaker, like the lap bars and everything in the speakers, that additional weight, having essentially an iPad built into the restraint so you could choose your song, added to the weight of the trains, in turn bringing more stress to the trains and making a bigger rattle. So little mechanical issues, just little things grew exponentially into problems that you wouldn't foresee in a million years unless you were Albert Einstein, okay? And Mauer did Universal dirty in a way. So am I happy that they're fixing these mistakes? And putting in one hell of a ride. I was there earlier. I was filming a TikTok that I'm going to post later. New Hollywood Drift track. I'll talk about that in my podcast. They added track for Hollywood Drift. Okay? This is groundbreaking. Just being here for these moments. It's not every day where you see a roller coaster being built from the ground up at your home park. Especially with home parks like mine. If any park was going to build a new coaster, it's SeaWorld. But even SeaWorld has taken a break from that in the past couple years. Focusing more in the dark ride and theming department, rightfully so, to compete with Epic Universe and whatnot. You know, Odyssey and SeaQuest, we can tell they're trying to fix the problems that they have in their park that used to never be an issue back in the day. Like, they used to have dark rides back in the day, but now they don't. So they're trying to fix that. And I commend them. They're fixing Odyssey. It's another thing. Odyssey is okay, but they're going back. They're re-theming Odyssey. So a lot to commend them for happening right now. But going back to, especially at our home parks where it's like more theming based, it's not so much like a Cedar Fair, Six Flags style park. It's really not every day you see a new coaster. Okay? And even Epic Universe, while you could say it's not every day you see a new theme park, and the fact that we had a theme park grow like within our radius, I get it, but it's not like I was there for the opening madness. Okay, so that was special to experience. Like a theme park in my radius. Oh, that's Fantasialand. It switched videos. Fantasialand looks like one of the best parks ever made. This place looks beautiful. That park deserves a whole video within itself. Germany, just, I want to go so bad. That is a masterpiece of a theme park right there. Look at that theming, bro. Holy cow. But whatchamacallit? It's not every day you see a new coaster down at these parks. And I guess I was part of the opening day, or not the opening madness of Epic Universe. I got to partake in I was one of the first here. Like, I'm so happy. Like, the whole hype, it was so real. But I was never really a part of like the whole watching it grow kind of thing. I know a lot of people were down at the construction site. Like, they pulled over on the side of the road. They stand in the construction site watching the park being built with their camera and putting consistent updates through on YouTube. And I love that. I appreciate that. I think it's great to see the park grow from the lens of my screen. Yeah, really, really cool. And if that's the kind of content you want to produce, by all means, go for it. I love when theme park creators do more update-based content. News is always so important in the theme park world because there's always so much happening. But as for me, it's always a little harder. The main thing I've struggled with in my theme park content creating community is news, because everything expires to an extent. Limited things that theme parks do is really hard to keep up with, especially being a teenager who has school and things to deal with. I can go to the parks, but I can't always go for exclusive purposes of filming the latest things. I'm sure that makes sense to some of you. But yeah, I went to the Epic Universe construction site once. And I think for me, that's impressive enough. I went maybe 2 months before the park opened. I went to see how everything was going. I saw Stardust Racers testing. We went to the hotel right when it opened. So maybe a little more than 2 months out from opening. We went to the hotel. We did a video there where we were showing the brand new Epic Universe hotel. One of the first people to kind of check out there. And then yeah, that was amazing. And then we went out to the construction site from a distance, obviously, but we pulled over on the side of the road in the blazing heat before going to Islands of Adventure. We went to the grass. We just filmed everything being built in the back. It was cool. But I think it goes without saying that I can't go to Epic Universe every week, especially because it's not like, I'm talking about like when it was being built before it was open, but like I'm going to the regular theme parks. This park is 10 minutes out from Islands of Adventure and like City Walk and studios and everything. It's a separate property, and like, I'm sorry, but I can't like just go to this random construction site like every week and just film. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I can't. I don't even want to. But this is different though. Because this is special. Hollywood Drift is what I'm trying to get out of this. Because I'm going to be at Islands and Studios either way all the time. So this, in a way, is my first real opportunity to see this specialness of like a roller coaster being built. I don't think I've ever really experienced that before, watching it grow. I watched Rip Ride Rockit shrink. I'll say that, because I went a lot when it was shrinking. Filmed a couple updates, but this I can actually actively watch and appreciate. It's almost like a living, breathing thing in a way. You're watching it grow into... Yeah, I can't wait to watch this thing grow. I know how special it's going to feel the day it opens. Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. But yeah. And Velocicoaster, I never got to see that grow. when I was a GP and when I first rode Velocicoaster, it was already well into its lifespan. It really shows you. Wow, that's gonna be cool. I think that puts a bow on it, just about. Nerd emoji, Caden. Are you still in here, Caden? Are you my one peep still here? I appreciate it, because, I would have hated talking to myself. I'm pretty sure this is how it turned out last time. We had a bunch of people in the beginning, but it slowly shrunk, and then you stayed till the end. You're a real one. Appreciate it. It is you, so, yeah, I really appreciate that, man. Once again, I think that just about wraps it up. Good, successful stream this evening, nice and long. I talked about what I wanted to talk about. Once again, this is more chill, more relaxed. Did I talk about everything there is to talk about? No, I did not. But that's what the podcast is for, guys. So if you want to see everything there is to see, I'm really excited about the future of this podcast, in case you couldn't tell. I think we're going to do some cool things with it. But for now, Sarvo stream. It was productive. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a great evening. We will see you guys on the next video. Bro, Fantasialand, look at that. That's the Africa area. Oh my gosh, look at that theming, bro. Look at that freaking theming. Bro, that's like you're in Africa, bro. Holy cow. Alright, guys. I'll see you. It's been a good stream. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.